Curl Mix. I actually got to interview the founder of Curl Mix at Black Tech Week in
Oh.
Ohio, Cincinnati, Ohio, years ago, man. But my audio was messed up. I'm good for messed up audio. I'm
We're
good for
trying.
something, right?
We're trying.
But yeah, Curl Mix, co-founded by Kim Lewis, says her business is on the verge of closing. Um, Curl Mix is a clean, natural hair care line founded by Kim and Tim Lewis, her husband. They're based out of Chicago. So shout out to the Midwest. I'm from Detroit.
Okay.
They appeared on Shark Tank in 2019. I'm not sure if you've
Nice.
seen that, but they rejected an offer for $400,000 for 20% of the company. And a lot of people was like, wow, why would you go in there and reject that? But they had a plan.
Okay.
So one of their plans was to raise money independently. So they used that leverage and raised money independently. They raised $1.2 million for 10% of their company in 2020.
Okay.
So that was great. By the following year, they launched another crowdfunding campaign, raising over $3.6 million in 30 days. So she's been raising a lot of money. The business launched a separate crowdfunding in 2024, which led to a $5.7 million raise.
This is a lot of millions of dollars raised.
This is tens of millions of dollars at this point, right? Well, now she put out a video that was surprising to many, that if she don't get 20,000 orders by the end of the year, December 31st, that the company is going to go out of business. So she says she needs 20,000 orders of an average of $100, which is $2 million, in the next 90 so days, or they're going out of business. The company had 40 employees, and now they're down to 14. She's doing this hashtag protect black-owned businesses for her brand, and it's not looking really good.
This has been the most difficult year in business. This year in business was harder than COVID, with tariffs and taxes and ingredient costs going up and shipping time slowing down. She said in a video shared on Instagram, our team went from 40 to 14. And that partially explains why, we've had some delayed orders. So they have had orders, but they've just been a little delayed and take longer to reply.
Yeah, and that hurts repeat orders, because if I buy something from you and it takes 2-3 months, now I'm irritated when I get it. The customer service isn't there. So now I'm hesitant to reorder because I don't know when the next time I'm going to get my stuff, which slow down traffic.
I was going to say, a lot of this is slowing down anyway. I went to the hair store the other day, and I was like, this is my last part. I'm going to have to make these ingredients scratch, okay? Yes. I'm putting water and conditioner, trying to figure it out. This is really sad because it sounds like, first of all, I never spend $100 on one purchase unless, no, I just never do it. And then it sounds like you need 20,000 orders just to break even. Just
to keep the lights on.
Yeah, just not to go under. Yeah. And then so what's going to happen? What's going to happen in 2 more months from now?
Exactly. What's going to happen next summer?
Yeah.
What's going to happen next year? So it sounds, and then now you're putting out this video. If I'm an investor, I don't want to put my money in that. I want to run away from that. But think about this. This is a larger context, right? Let's think about a larger context. 300 to 400,000 black women have been fired over the course of the Trump administration, or just over the last year, because they were letting a lot of black women go at the end of the Biden administration, but it's been really publicized.
But it was a huge boom.
It was a huge boom because of Doge.
So many people, I was about to say, work for the federal government.
A lot of them work for the federal government. A lot of fat start getting trimmed all over.
Fun fact, I was always told that if you work, and not just in my family, but also in college, that working for the federal government was like for sure money. So everything's changing.
Yes, everything is changing. So if you think about it, her target audience is predominantly black women. Black women, unemployment went up, probably about 2%. 2% this year. 400,000 black women lost their job. They're just basically making black women the forefront of losing their job this year, which I don't like. But
I mean, black people in general.
Right. So if you think about it, what's the first thing that's going to go when your budget gets tight?
The extras?
The extras, the hair care products and things like that you don't need to survive.
Well, you're probably just going to buy your favorites. Like, you know what I'm saying? So back in 20, maybe between 2010 and 2014, you had a whole, but like, I mean, this whole table would have been full with your Taraji P. Henson's line and Tracy Ellis Ross's line and this girl's line and that.
Now Beyonce got a line.
Beyonce's line, and you would have had them all at. I'm telling you, between 2010 and 2014, the way they were like promoting hair care, especially natural hair care to Black women, you just had everything. But now, you know, the tariffs, and I was thinking about tariffs and like how many American companies rely on products and ingredients overseas. Now that this didn't hurt China, this hurt American.
It's definitely going to trickle down to. It has hurt China because think about this. This is how it hurt China. Okay, you're a business owner. You get taxed. So it's a tax on you. So you're not going to eat that. So now you tax and you increase your price on your customers. The customers stop buying as much.
Right.
So now you're sitting on inventory. So now you got to eat that inventory. So now you're not a repeat customer of China. So it does slow China down because now you're not buying as much from them because you can't sell this first batch of inventory. So it's hurting everybody. So I don't know who's really winning in the situation.
I was going to say everybody loses.
Everybody's really
but
losing.
Here's the thing: when it comes to like exports that like China has for themselves. Like say it is ingredients that you use in your hair care line, but guess what? This other company in the UK also uses that ingredient. So what China has been doing is they have been making deals with other companies in other countries.
Well, the problem
and all of that has been going up.
Yes, it hurts China, but it might take like
they're going to pivot
4 to 5% off their revenue.
Yeah,
that's not. We're going up against a whole country versus a small business.
Right.
So
that's
the
what I'm saying.
impact on a small business.
That's what I'm saying.
This might put you out of business forever.
Whereas they can pivot.
They can pivot and they can weather that storm of 4 years of Trump with tariffs. So
that's the thing.
It's definitely a tough situation. I want to highlight something that people not really thinking of, but it's kind of an elephant in the room.
Oh, okay.
Why does she need 40 employees? I think there's a conversation we need to have about efficiency and overhiring as a small business. Do you know how much that would be in
40?
payroll?
Yeah,
that's a lot of
money.
You're not, Instagram, the app was built with 10 engineers. Like we have to be better at hiring.
That's true.
As small business owners, we can't grow and we can't expand. That hurts all of us. Expanding too fast, growing too fast. I don't think she needed 40 employees.
I don't think so either.
Like, if you look at some of the top companies in the world, like 40 employees and you raise $10 million, you supposed to be doing $100 million in revenue with that type of. I don't know what she's doing in revenue.
Right.
But with that type of overhead, 40 employees in Chicago, because Chicago is not cheap.
No.
If you have 40 employees in, the middle of Mississippi somewhere, that's a little different. Your payroll is different versus 40 employees in Chicago. Chicago is top 5, one of the most expensive places to live and operate. So,
yeah, it definitely sounds like she probably needed to work with more like contractors, like maybe like distributing the product or getting a product from, but definitely you don't need like 40 individuals.
Let me say something else and then we can pivot to the next conversation, but this is really, really important. Black owned hair care brands don't get the capital that other brands get. We understand that. They don't have the lines of credit. They don't they don't get the capital and the investment. She was also in Ulta and she was in a few Targets, I believe so.
Well, Target. That's
another big issue because once you put your product in stores, now I don't have to buy off your website. I got to buy in store. I'm going to go buy it to the local store. So now you're competing with yourself. Retail and e-commerce are two separate businesses. You probably need like 2 separate CEOs in different businesses for each.
Yes.
And that hurts a lot of Black-owned brands because we don't have the capital and the lines of credit to go into retail. So now that marketing, you need 3 different marketing budgets if you're going into retail. You need an e-commerce marketing budget. You need a retail marketing budget, and then you need a marketing budget just to stay in front of the people, just to remind them of who you are, etc. We, even though she raised all this money, she probably don't have the budget for all that. She got 40 employees.
40 employees.
You see what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
you're stretching yourself too thin. You're in retail. You got 40 employees.
Yeah.
You're on the south side. I mean, you're in Chicago, one of the most expensive
and it's
places.
super saturated. Let's be honest.
It's you Beyonce. You're competing with Beyonce, Tracy Ellis Ross, Taraji P, Yale Organics.
Yep. And the list goes on.
The list goes on. Now everybody boycotting Target.
That too is a bad time. I mean, I hope she doesn't give up. I hope she don't either.
What I hope happens is she slim down, get more efficient, keep the business open. She probably could operate this business with 5 or 6 people.
Yeah.
Your husband, and 5 people, y'all should be able to get it in.
Yeah.
Or she should go to a 3PL. A 3PL is a fulfillment center. Basically, they do all your fulfillment and all that.
Yeah.
And they fulfill for like 50 or 60 different brands, so they got a huge inventory.
Yeah.
So instead of, they don't have to hire people. They already got.
They already have the people. Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's probably where the investments should be. But I hope she doesn't give up. I was always taught that quitters never win and winners never quit. But